Hi, Don Thompson here, your local real estate expert advisor, back again to talk about making an offer. So to quickly recap, you've gotten pre-approved for financing, you searched for your next home, you found it, and now you want to make an offer. Consulting with your broker advisor, you will want to develop a basic strategy. This will include the price you're willing to pay, how much of a deposit or earnest money you want to put down, is there any personal property you want to include, what repairs do you want to be made to the property, and what other contingencies like inspections, mortgage, closing cost credits do you want to include, and finally, when do you want to close? You can see that it's not just making a low offer and seeing if the seller will accept it. This is where an experienced broker advisor can help you immensely. In the end, the lowest price may not be the best deal for you if you're not able to negotiate any of the other terms. So where do we begin? I know most people like to go right to the price, but let's talk about some of the other terms first. How much a deposit do you want to put down? This is the money that the listing broker holds for the seller to take the house off the market. Contract law says it has to be consideration, so it can be a lot or it can be a little. The seller's perception, however, the more you put down, the more serious you are. What personal property would you like to include? Stoves, refrigerators, washers, dryers, lawnmowers, etc. are all personal property to ask for if you want them. If you or your broker advisor were to notice that there's anything like what I call a physical deficiency that you would like fixed, and if the seller wouldn't fix it, you don't want to buy it, then you should ask for it in the offer and not wait for the inspector to tell you it should be repaired, because the seller does not have to fix it just because the inspector said. That leads us to the inspection contingency, giving you the right to do inspections, allowing you to back out of the deal and get your deposit back if you're unhappy with any of the results of the inspection. And just to say, again, the seller is not obligated to do repairs unless you have negotiated them as part of the offer. Your right is to back out. On a practical note, we may try to negotiate more repairs based on the inspections, but they don't have to do them. There's a lot of inspections to consider: structural, mechanical, termite, radon, lead, asbestos. Some may be more important to you than others. And if you're getting financing, there's a mortgage contingency. You've been pre-approved, but you will need to make a formal application including the property, which must be approved as well. I will talk about this process in another video. But for some reason you didn't get your mortgage, you want to be able to back out and get your deposit back. The conditions for this are explained in this paragraph. Then you can ask for anything else you want to happen, closing cost credit and any other condition you want to be met. You decide on an appropriate closing date and then determine a price that you want to offer. And it can be as aggressive as you like. Now, an aggressive offer can be as little or can be a lot lower than the asking price, but it could also be higher than the asking price, especially if the property is priced right, it's in good condition, and it's going to be in high demand. This is where your broker advisor should be able to assist you. Ultimately, who sets the price for the house? If you answered the seller, you're only half right. The buyer is the other half. It takes the seller and the buyer to come to a meeting of the minds to determine the sales price. Depending on the situation, you may be able to go back and forth in your negotiations until that meeting of the minds is reached. In some cases, however, because of competition for the property, you may be asked to give your highest and best offer, in which case you may not be able to get another chance and you're just going to have to give it your best shot. So let's say we got a deal. Now what? That's going to be the topic of my next video, so look for that next email. Now, if you have any specific questions you want to ask me, call or text me at 413-221-9981, or you can respond to this email and I'll get back to you right away. Thanks and have a great day.